Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to Michelle McKay's Yoga YouTube channel. I thought today we would cultivate a little bit of balance. So, balance doesn't necessarily just mean in a yoga posture, but also balance could be, how can I balance my home life, my work life, my friendships, and things of that nature. So, how can we cultivate balance on the mat and also cultivate balance off of the mat? Balance is tricky, especially if you're here in Southern California where it's earthquake central. It can be a little bit dodgy. And if my balance is off today, I'm just going to blame it on a little tremor here in the OC. So let's see how balance goes today. And in addition, balance requires a lot of core strength because your core keeps you stable. And something else I'd like to mention is that balance is a good thing to cultivate, especially as we grow old. Having to be able to stand on the four corners of each foot or one foot is really good for strengthening your ankles. And think about when you travel. Some of us are getting back to travel, some of us aren't, we're still quarantined. But think about when you're at the airport and they make you stand and you're shaking and you have to take off your shoes and you have to put on your shoes again and all that stuff. So we'll cultivate balance today. All right. So let's start laying on our back. We'll do a little bit of abs as well. And we'll see how it goes. Okay. So laying on your backs, hopefully you have enough space to keep your arms overhead. Allow the legs to roll open and the arms to roll open, just to cultivate your breathing. So see if you can start to cultivate Ujjayi breathing. So that sort of breathing is when you breathe in and out through your nose. And the breath takes on an audible quality, right? It's almost like a fogging of the mirror. Or maybe you can even think of when you hear the sound when you put a shell to your ear. So that Ujjayi breathing. Smooth, steady inhales and smooth, steady exhales. So it's summer. We're in Southern California. If that breathing, because that breathing generates a lot of heat, overheats you, then you're going to breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. And try to breathe into the fronts, the backs, and the sides of your body so your breathing takes a really organic quality. Now, as you inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Bring your legs back to parallel and stretch out from your fingertips to your toe tips. Take an inhale here. Then when you exhale, bring your arms by your sides. And I want you to bend your knees and then gently draw your knees in towards your belly and rock a little bit from side to side. Take an inhale here. And then when you exhale, pause, coming back to center. And extend the legs out straight. So now think of Tadasana. You're going to extend the legs out straight, flex your ankles so the toes are, kind of curling towards your nose, if you will. And then reach your arms up to the ceiling. Let your thumbs point to the space that's behind you and let the other fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. And then as you inhale, without letting your front ribs jet up towards the ceiling, as you inhale, start to take the arms overhead. So sometimes when you take the arms overhead, it throws us to a back arch or rib thrust. So you want to be mindful as you take the arms overhead, leading with the thumbs. And imagine you had a block in between your palms. And if you have a block, you're welcome to use it. Later, we will use blocks in this practice. Take an inhale here. Then when you exhale, slowly, mindfully bring your arms by your sides. Keep flexing your feet. Keep pressing your thigh bones down. And think of the energy of the thigh bones going into the hip sockets. And as you inhale, float the arms up towards the ceiling, maybe overhead, any amount without letting your front ribs jet up towards the ceiling. Extend out through all 10 fingers. Stay here, inhale. And when you exhale, bring your arms by your side. So we're going to add in an abdominal component. So draw your right knee in towards you and let your hands rest on your right shin. Flex both of your feet, take an inhale. And then exhale, see if you can draw your torso up, meaning draw your head towards your knee. And then you can stay with this light touch of the hands to your shin, or you can start to reach your arms forward. Take an inhale, stay here, or exhale, just float that left heel up just a few inches, right? So draw the navel in and up towards the spine. So we're doing some abdominals because we'll need abdominals for balancing. Stay here, inhale. Then when you exhale, lower your left heel if it was lifted, place your hands on your shin, gently place your head down, and slightly draw the chin in towards you, just a little bit, just so you're not taking your chin up to the ceiling. Then extend the right leg forward and straight. Draw your left knee in. Place your hands gently on your left shin. Take an inhale. And then exhale, tuck your chin as you draw your body up. A little tickle on my nose, so sorry. Keep that knee hugging in, stay there, or reach your arms forward and straight, right? See if you can lift up off of your shoulder blades. Stay there, or just hover that right heel off of the mat. Keep drawing your navel in and up towards the spine, and just energetically send the fingertips towards your toes. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, lower the right heel if it was lifted. Gently place your head down. Release your left leg. Now draw your right knee in. So you're going to keep your right knee bent, or if you have that flexibility, straighten the right leg up to the ceiling. Take an inhale here. Reach your arms up. And then when you exhale, see if you can lift your torso up. Reach your arms forward. If that's too much, hold on to the back of the leg, right? Take an inhale here, and then exhale, maybe float that left heel off of the mat. Keep drawing your navel in and up towards the spine. Like you're trying to move your navel away from the skin. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, lower the left heel if it was lifted. You can place your hands behind your thigh. Let your head release down. Bend your right knee. Extend your right leg forward and straight. Okay, now inhale, draw your left knee in. And then exhale, maybe straighten that leg up to the ceiling. So you can certainly keep it bent. So you could do the first leg, right? Take an inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, maybe lift the torso up. Right? You can certainly hold on to the back of the leg or float that right heel up. Take an inhale here. Then when you exhale, if that heel is lifted, gently place it down. You can bring your hands behind your left thigh. Let your head release down. Draw your left knee in, extend it forward and straight. Last layer, we're just gonna take the legs and scissor them 10 times. Now, if that's too much, you can stick with the original, just hugging the knee in and just switching the knees, right? And if it's too much to keep the head up the entire time, you're gonna keep the head down, right? If you're going to that next layer, bend your knees and place the soles of your feet onto the ground. And then gently draw your knees in towards you, extend the legs up to the ceiling. Reach your arms up, inhale. And then exhale, draw the torso up, reach your fingertips forward. Keep the right leg where it is, lower the left leg down. Take an inhale. Exhale, switch your legs. 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 We have 5 more. Take an inhale. Exhale, switch your legs. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Pause. Draw both legs up to the ceiling. Take an inhale. And then if you can, you're going to roll up to Navasana. Take an inhale here. You could always place the feet onto the ground. And then when you exhale, bend your knees, place your feet onto the ground. See if you can come to a standing forward fold without using your hands. Again, cultivating a little bit of balance. And then come to a forward fold. Maybe the hands dangle. So it would be great if you have props. You can use the blocks underneath your hands. And as we progress in this sequence, we will be using the blocks, right? So especially since we're at home, maybe go online and find some props. Or some stores are open. You can get props from like Target or something like that. Okay? Oh, there's my plug. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, step it back to down dog. Right? When you come to downward dog, the hands are going to be more towards the front edge of your mat. Your feet are going to be more towards the back edge of your mat. And so here from our downward dog, we're just going to create that same work that we did laying on our back. So join your feet together. And when you inhale, reach your right heel backwards. So notice you're creating 2 straight legs, just like we did laying on our backs, right? Take an inhale here. And then exhale, bring the right foot down to meet the right foot down to meet the left, And then inhale, reach your left leg back. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring your foot down. Inhale, lift the right. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift the left. Exhale to lower. We'll do 2 more each side. Inhale, lift the right. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the left. Exhale, lower. 1 more each side. Inhale, lift the right. Exhale, lower. And then inhale, lift the left. Exhale, lower, pause. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. So now you're in a forward fold. You have to use your belly muscles to walk back to meet the feet and support your lower back, right? Protecting the lower back, walking the hands back is safer on the lower back. And then once you get there, feel free to generously bend the knees. You can let the head hang, sway a little bit from side to side. And then come back to center, pause and center. Take an inhale, lift up halfway. Take an exhale to fold. Bring your hands to your outer hips. Press down into your feet. Inhale, scoop your heart and chest forward. And then exhale, release your arms to your sides. I've got this crazy hair situation going on. Please do not let that distract you from your yoga practice. So have enough space to take your arms out to the side. So what we're going to do is a heel raise and an arm raise, cultivating balance, right? So imagine you have a block in between your thighs. And you can really firm onto that block, right? So you're going to press down to the four corners of each foot. Where you're on the balls of the feet, you have a lift of the arches, the hugging in of the outer ankle bones, and the thigh bones are lifting into the hip sockets, right? And then as you inhale, raise your arms and float your heels off of the mat. And then when you exhale, resist the arms down, press your heels to the ground, and see if you can do that simultaneously. Now, externally rotate your arm bones and the arm sockets. When you inhale, float the arms up, raise your heels, lift up high to the balls of the feet. Then when you exhale, resist the arms down, press the heels down. 2 more like that. Turn the palms out, inhale, raise your heels, come up to the balls of the feet, zip your inner thighs. And then exhale, press the palms out as you resist the heels down. 1 more time. Inhale, float the arms up, raise the heels. Imagine your fingertips could reach to the ceiling, to the sky. And then exhale, resist the arms down, resist your heels down. We'll do a few half sun salutes, and you can do the half sun salutes with your block. If it's annoying to you, take the blocks to one side, right? So some half sun salutes. Inhale, stretch your arms up, reach up, look up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold forward. Feel free to bend your knees. Inhale, lengthen the heart and the chest forward. Exhale to fold back down. Press down into your feet. Inhale, stretch the arms up, reach up, look up. Keep a good squeeze of the block or firm your inner thighs. Exhale, your hands can come to your heart or release by your sides. Inhale, stretch and reach your arms up, look up. And then exhale, fold, hinge from your hips, bow, fold forward, fold inward. Inhale, lengthen your heart forward. Exhale as you fold back down. Press down into your feet. Inhale, reach your arms up, stretch up, look up. And then exhale back to your center. 1 more half sun salute. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms raised in Tadasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. And then exhale back to Tadasana. Moving on, if you're using the block, place it to one side. Again, we're going to come to that later. Okay, so adjust your clothing accordingly. As you inhale, reach your arms up, stretch up, look up. As you exhale, fold. As you inhale, reach your heart and your chest forward. Exhale, step your left foot back, right? So we're going to cultivate balance in a lunge. You could certainly use your blocks on either side of your right foot, right? If your balance is off today, then you're going to bring your left knee down, but today's sequence is all about balance. And then see if you can climb yourself up onto the top of the right thigh, and maybe you stop there. And now think of your pelvis like you're lifting up and out of your pelvis, lifting up and out of the sides of your waist, and your pelvis is a bowl, and you don't want anything to slip forward or backwards, right? Think about lengthening your lower back to the mat, and then inhale, reach the arms up, crescent lunge. Cultivate balance here in your lunge. Can you make your inhale and your exhales match? Can you balance out the in-breath and the out-breath? Stay here, inhale. And when you exhale, the hands will frame the front foot. Step back to a plank position. Pause and plank. You can allow your knees to come down first. Shift your weight forward, come all the way down to the ground. Press the tops of your feet down. Inhale, lift your chest from the ground. You're just in a low cobra. And then exhale, lower your chest down, roll over your toes as you press back to downward dog pose. So at any time, you can always use the knees to lift and lower your body as you transition from on the ground to back to down dog. Take an inhale here. And then when you exhale, you're going to bring your feet forward. You can step them there, you can hop them there. Lift your heart, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Press down into your feet. Inhale, stretch and reach your arms up as you look up. And then exhale back to center, second side. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. This time when you exhale, you step your right foot back, right? So we're going to cultivate balance in our lunge. Again, you could use the blocks on either side of your left foot. And then see if you can climb up to the left thigh. You want to lift up and out of the sides of your waist. Draw your left hip back, right hip forward. So you're trying to square your chest, your navel, your hips to the space that's in front of it. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Crescent lunge. Lift up and out of the sides of your waist. Externally rotate your arm bones in the arm sockets. Your thumbs will point to the space that is to the sides and maybe the pinky space towards each other. Stay here, inhale. Then when you exhale, bring your hands to frame your foot, step back to plank. You could do what we did on the first time, lower all the way down to the ground, or maybe you do a half push-up, chaturanga, come to a deeper back bend, up dog, that's just Cooper in the background, and then exhale to down dog for a few breaths. Your hands are separated the width of your shoulders, your feet are hip socket distance apart. You're pressing your thighs back and lengthening the inner and outer heels towards the mat. Take an inhale here. Then when you exhale, bring your feet forward. Lift your heart, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Press down into your feet. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale back to center. We'll do a sun salute A, and then we'll take another balanced posture. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your chest. Exhale, plant your palms. You can step to plank or you can jump to chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. And then exhale as you draw back to downward dog. 5 breaths here. So you're going to press into the fingertips, the knuckles, the heels of the hands. Try to root the entire circumference of the palms down. Stretch the inner and outer heels towards the ground. Press your thighs back and try to lift your thighs off of your pelvis. Tricky, but can be done. Take an inhale here. Then when you exhale, bring your feet forward. Inhale, lengthen your chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. And then exhale back to your center. So let's try tree pose. Let's see how that goes. If you want to up the ante, you could do tree pose on a block. Now, if you're like me, I have big feet. I need 2 blocks, right? If you just have 1 block, just make sure that your toes are not gripping the block. I don't know if you can see that, but hopefully you can. I'd rather have your toes on the block and maybe your heel be a little bit slightly off than gripping the block with your toes, right? Okay, so, you can't really see me, but you don't need to see my head. You can figure out what I'm doing. So your right foot is either on the ground or a block. You're going to take your left leg into tree. So it could be here, or it could be high to your inner thigh, right? And then you can bring your hands to your heart center. So I feel like there's an earthquake because there's a lot of wobbling going on. Oh my gosh, take cover. Take an inhale here. Woo! Leaning Tower of Pisa. And then exhale, release the arms, release your leg, release your foot. So using the block really takes it up a notch. You don't have to, but what the heck? We got time. So now your left leg is going to be your tree leg. Your right leg is going to do the hip opening. Having your foot on the block or the floor, and actually even on carpet, it challenges your balance too. You can have your right foot low to the ankle or maybe high to the inner thigh. And then that same analogy of the bowl, your pelvis is a bowl. Don't let anything go forward or backwards or to the sides. You can bring your hands to your heart and just try to settle your gaze on something that's not moving. Try to maintain the lift of the heart of the chest, the opening across the chest, shoulder blades melting down towards your waist, and try to shrink wrap your waist. If your balance is really good, you look up. Take another breath here. And then when you exhale, you can release the hands, release the leg, and move your props to one side. Okay. Take your legs wide apart. So we have in the past done a class that led to half moon, right? So we've done that. So we'll dabble with half moon, but then we'll also try and dabble with warrior three. Really tough balance. Okay, so now the left foot is going to turn inward. So it's like a pigeon toe of the foot. You're going to turn your whole right leg out. So I'm going to use a block because we're doing triangle and half moon. Again, we've done this before in another class, but we're just going to up the ante. We're going to do a little bit more of balancing. So now I'm lining up my right heel with the center of my left arch. I'm opening up my arms to the height of my shoulders. And then as you inhale, you shift your pelvis back towards your left heel. And then exhale, inhale, exhale, right hand to the block or to the floor. Left arm's going to go straight up. And then bring the left arm behind you, like towards the your hand. Your left hand can be on your outer hip. If you can, try to look at the space that's in front of you. Take your hand to the floor block, about a foot on the little toe side of your right foot. And then slowly, it's harder, but see if you can shift that weight to the right leg as you float the left leg up. Really pin your outer hips in towards each other and think of your top leg in Tadasana, right? The inner right thigh towards the outer right thigh. Now, if the balance is good, you take the left arm up, meaning like you're feeling pretty stable today. And then align your shoulder, your hip, and your ankle. One line, right? And maybe the back of your head in line with your left sitting bone. Stay here, inhale. Then when you exhale, with as much grace and ease, firming your outer hips in towards each other, bend your right knee, pinning your right outer hip in. Slide your hand and block to the little toe side of your right foot. Revolve your heart in your chest, right side forward, left side backwards, and then free that top arm up to the ceiling, gracefully back into triangle. Belly draws in, inhale, come up. Exhale, parallel your legs. Balance not so bad today. It was a little bit dodgy on that first tree pose. I'm sure there was a mild earthquake. Now, pigeon toe your right foot in, so you're internally rotating a little bit with that right foot, right? And then externally rotate your left thigh bone in the hip socket. I'm going to scooch a little bit down so I don't come out of the frame. Left heel in line with the right arch. Open up your arms to the height of your shoulders. Take an inhale as you shift your pelvis back. Inhale, exhale, left hand down, right arm up, triangle pose. So you're trying to get the left side of your chest forward, the right side of your chest backwards. And then cultivating balance, take your right hand to your right hip. And then see if you can continue to look forward. Oh my gosh, it's like I'm poking at you. I'm not meaning to. But take your hand and block about a foot more on the little toe side of your left foot, right? And then bring your right foot towards the left. Keep pushing down on that left leg, left hand. And then as you inhale, you're going to transition onto that left leg. Flex your right foot. So now again, right shoulder, hip, and ankle all in the same plane. Try to get that left side of your waist just as long as the right side of your waist. And then lastly, you free your right arm up to the ceiling. Keep drawing the navel in and up towards the spine. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. This is Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Firm your outer hips in towards each other. Return the right hand to the right hip. Bend your left knee. Firm that left hip in. Slide gracefully back. Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. Belly draws in. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release your arms, parallel your legs, step or jump your feet together. That was kind of a skip. That was weird. Hopefully your balance is doing good today. Okay, shall we go on? Of course, why not? Come to the front edge of your mat. If you can, bring your feet together. Bend your knees, reach your arms up. Utkatasana, chair pose. And then exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift your chest, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your palms. You can go to plank or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra. I'm doing up dog. Exhale to down dog. Now join the feet together. Inhale, reach your right heel backwards. When you exhale, take your right knee to your right arm. Inhale, leg back and up to the ceiling. Exhale, right knee, left arm. Inhale, leg back and up to the ceiling. And now exhale, knee to nose. Right foot forward. Come up to your fingertips or use your blocks. Bring your hands to rest on the top of your right thigh. And then inhale the arms up. Crescent lunge, round two. How's the balance? Maybe a little bit stronger. Take an inhale. Now when you exhale, you're going to grab your blocks. Take your blocks. So they're about, I'm just going to back myself up, almost a torso's length forward, right? Keep the weight on the right leg, transfer the weight to the right leg, and slowly start to lift your left leg up. So you're balancing on the hands and one foot once again. And then look at your left thigh. Have your left thigh, knee, and shin all point down to the ground. And then reach the crown of the head away from your lower back and your tailbone. Imagine you could balance something on your lower back and it wouldn't fall off. Keep drawing your navel in and up towards the spine. Keep moving your chest plate to the space that's in front of it. Stay here, inhale. Now when you exhale, bend your right knee. Slowly bring your left foot down. Now you're setting up for warrior one. Right heel will line up with left heel, or right heel will line up with nothing. As you inhale, come up to warrior one. Draw your right hip back, left hip forward, and think of your inner left thigh moving to the space that's behind it. Pardon me as I adjust my clothing. Take an inhale, lift your heart, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Then when you exhale, move your props to one side, because remember, we're going to use them on the second side. You can step right back to down dog, or maybe you want to take chaturanga, upward dog, and downward dog. So we're doing that knee to nose just to keep our core engaged. As you inhale, reach your left heel backwards. As you exhale, take your left knee to your left arm. Inhale, the leg goes back and up to the ceiling. Exhale, left knee, right arm. Inhale, leg back and up to the ceiling. And then exhale, knee to nose. Bring your left foot forward. Your feet are about the width of your hips. Climb up to the top of your left thigh. Draw your left hip back, right hip forward. Try to get those hips to square forward. And then inhale the arms up, crescent lunge. Hopefully a little bit easier. This is round two, right? Lift your heart, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, the hands come back down. You're going to collect those blocks once again. And you're going to have your hands, well, if you don't have the blocks, your hands are on the floor, but just make sure you're not collapsing your chest to the floor. Keep the weight on the hands and the left leg as you inhale to transfer onto the left leg, as you exhale to float the right leg up. Balance on the palms, on the foot, and look at your right thigh, knee, shin, and toes are all pointing down. Once you've established that, extend the crown of your head away from your lower back and tailbone. Right? Make sure your right hip isn't dropping. Your right and left hip are at the same height, and you can balance something on the small of your back. It wouldn't fall off. Stay here, inhale. Then when you exhale, bend your left knee, reach your right foot way, way back. See if you can line up front heel with back heel, or front heel lines up with nothing. As you inhale, come up to warrior one. Left hip back, right hip forward. Lift your heart, lift your chest, lift your gaze. If your shoulders will allow it, your palms touch. Warrior one. And then exhale, hands to the ground, moving your things out of the way. Maybe straight back to down dog. Maybe chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Take a few breaths here. We're going to up the ante once again. All right, here we go. Bring your right foot forward, back heel high. Inhale, crescent lunge. Now when you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Lean your chest forward and see if you can bring your hands to the ground. If not, you're going to utilize your blocks. And then draw that left knee behind your right heel, right? That's your inhale. Exhale, leg up to the ceiling. Inhale, knee behind knee. Exhale, leg to the ceiling. Inhale, knee behind knee. Exhale, leg to the ceiling. One more time. Inhale, knee behind knee. Exhale, leg to the ceiling. You pause. And then bring your left foot down to meet the right. Lift your chest, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Press down into your feet. Inhale, reach up, stretch up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. So a little bit of balance here. Dabbling with eagle. Inhale, reach your arms forward. Exhale, take your right elbow on top of your left elbow, like you're giving yourself a big hug. Stay there or lift the forearms and the fingertips. Stay there or bend the knees. Stay there or cross the left thigh over the right. So this is eagle. You can stay upright or you can bow forward. It can be a single wrap, a double wrap. I'm barely a single wrap, but it's okay. I'm working on it. Take an inhale here. Then when you exhale, you're just going to unwind the legs and you're going to stay low. You're going to try to keep your knees together. Then draw your left heel towards your left sitting bone. And then inhale, reach that leg back. Kind of a warrior three, eagle arms. Light touch down of the left foot. Lift your eagle arms up. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Look up. And then exhale, hands frame foot. You can go straight back to down dog or chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Okay, so you know where we're going for second side. Bring your left foot forward. Right heel is lifted. Inhale to crescent lunge. Get steady. Then when you exhale, you bring your hands down. Could be on blocks. And then bring your right knee behind your left knee. That's your inhale. Exhale, leg up to the ceiling. Inhale, knee to knee. Exhale, leg to the ceiling. Inhale, knee to knee. Exhale, leg to the ceiling. Last time, inhale, knee to knee. Exhale, leg up to the ceiling. Pause. Bring your right foot down to meet the left. Take an inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, fold back down. Now press down into your feet. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, arms by your side. So here we go. Eagle with that mini warrior three. So arms out in front of you. Cross the left elbow on top of the right. Elbows are stacked. Stay there or lift the forearms and the fingertips up. Stay there and begin to bend your knees. Stay there or pick up the right leg, cross it over the left. It could be a single wrap or a double wrap, right? Sit low, maybe fold forward, reach those fingertips forward, firm your outer hips in towards each other, squeeze your inner thighs. Take an inhale here. Then exhale, you're gonna stay low, unwrap your legs. So the legs are like chair pose. Keep your knees together, but draw your right heel towards your right sitting bone. Now as you inhale, you're reaching that right leg away, reaching your fingertips forward. It's a mini warrior three. Then light touch down of that foot. Crescent lunge, eagle arms. Inhale, free the arms up. And then exhale, hands come down. You go right back to down dog, or perhaps chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Okay, so we have one more round. It's a biggie. Let's see how it goes. Have your blocks available. Okay. Bring the right foot forward. Come up to your blocks. Or your fingertips if you don't have blocks. Keep them there just in case you need to use them. Bring your hands to your outer hips and lift your chest to upright. So now what you're going to do is, maybe Cooper wants to do warrior three with us. Now what you're going to do is take your left leg and foot more over towards the right side. So it's almost like a curtsy. I don't know if you can see it, but it's almost like a curtsy. And then you're going to lean forward, bring your hands to your heart. And then you're just going to keep that curtsy as you bring that foot a little bit closer towards your front foot. And then lift from the inner thigh. Now, if the hands being up is too much, you can bring your hands to the blocks. You're slowly and gracefully coming into warrior three. Full expression, arms straight ahead. Stay here, inhale. Whoa. Exhale, hands to the blocks or floor, standing split. Inhale, lift your chest up. And then exhale, reach that left foot way, way, way back. You could go straight to down dog or chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Warrior three, huge pose, big pose. Requires core strength, your adductors, mental balance, stability. It's tough. The left foot comes forward. You can be on the fingertips, right? Reach up, crescent lunge. Then when you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Now you're going to start to take your right foot over to the left side. So it's kind of like a curtsy. Whoops. And then you just bring it a little bit more forward. And then like we did on side one, you're going to have those blocks forward. So if you don't want to keep your hands up, you're going to place your hands on the blocks. Then you're going to lean forward and think of lifting from your inner right thigh. Coming into warrior three. Again, your hands can be on blocks. Full expression, arms go straight ahead. Palms touching. This is my stronger side. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, hands to the floor or blocks, standing split. Take an inhale. Then exhale, bend your left knee. Reach your right foot way, way, way back. Move your blocks to one side. You can step straight back to down dog or chaturanga, up dog, down dog. And then just feel the effects of those balancing postures. So those balancing postures will help you when you do more complicated yoga asana. Take a breath here. And then when you exhale, you're just going to bring your knees down and either sit down in between your feet or on your feet, right? So sitting in between your feet, Virasana, hero pose. Sitting on your feet, Vajrasana. So they're both great ways to sit. And in both of them, the thigh bones, they're neutral. Very much like when we did our warrior threes, right? And then just feel the effects of being able to balance. And can you take that effort of balance on your mat also off of your mat and into the world? Cultivating balance within and without, right? So how you treat yourself, how you treat others, Can you balance the way you treat yourself equally with how you balance and treat others? Balance. Okay, so let's cool down, wind it down, bring your legs out in front of you. And then draw your right knee in towards you. Stay there or bring the right arm behind you, reach your left arm up. Take an inhale. And then exhale, twist. So as you twist, you're going to take an inhale to lift up. Exhale, twist, look over your right shoulder. Right? So it's a mini practice, not a full practice. We're just doing a little bit of stuff. One more full breath in here. Then when you exhale, you'll unwind, free your right leg forward and straight. Draw your left knee in towards you. Take your left arm behind you, right arm up, inhale. And then exhale, twist towards your left side. Flex your right foot, turn and look over your left shoulder. Breathe. One more inhale. And you're going to exhale, unwind, free your left leg forward and straight. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, fold for Paschimottanasana. Lift your heart, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Take a few breaths in your forward fold, folding inward. Hopefully it's cooling and calming. One more smooth breath here. And when you inhale, reach the arms forward and up. When you exhale, release your arms down and come to sit with your shins crossed, right? So this is Sukhasana, creating a triangular shape in your legs, a little bit of hip opening. Lift your heart, lift your chest. And bring your hands to your heart center. And allow the heart to lift and the mind to bow towards the heart. And observe the quality of your breathing, and the quality of your mind. And again, this idea of working with balance, can you take the balance on and off the mat? Can you balance your breathing? Can you balance your work life and your home life? Can you create balance within yourself? Release the hands, allow the chin to lift. I hope you found this class helpful. Please feel free to leave any comments, ring the bell, subscribe to my channel, tell your friends, and know that more is coming. So the practice that we did with balance today is a good precursor to where we're going. So we're going to do inversions. Today, because we worked on Warrior 3, that would be a great prep for going to a handstand. So stay tuned for inversions. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for subscribing. Please leave any comments or suggestions. Ciao for now. Peace out, yogis.